Jeremy Allen White stars as Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen in this movie. I will say this. There are a couple parts in this movie where Jeremy Allen White brilliantly conveys a sense of tenderness and warmthness and a sense of depth as the person, as Bruce Springsteen. And he also portrays and gives us a really goddamn good singing performance. There's a rendition of Born in the USA sang by Jeremy Allen White in this film that just blew me away and was by far the most electrifying and the best scene of the film. However, that takes place at the halfway point of the film. There's about 45 minutes left of the film after that, and none of that lives up to the previous scene, Born in the USA. So Jeremy Allen White, I can't help but to compare this performance to the musical biopic that we got last year. That was an Oscar nomination, both in performance and in film. Complete Unknown, directed by James Mangold, starring Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan, also starring Ed Norton. Timothy Chalamet completely transformed into Bob Dylan. He was unreal. He was completely worthy of an Oscar nomination, and he was brilliant as Bob Dylan. Now, I didn't love A Complete Unknown. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I like the film. I thought it was ineffective in some ways, and honestly, I asked the same questions that I asked with Springsteen was, why was this made, and do I really give a fuck about Bob Dylan? Really, all I cared about with that film was the performances and parts of the story. I thought it was really good filmmaking, and I thought the performances were clearly the highest takeaway from that film. That's why I gave that film a 3.5 out of 5. But then when I look at Springsteen and the performance that Jeremy Allen White gives, it is nowhere in the same category as Timothy Chalamet, which is obviously a high asking price at this point, especially in Timothy Chalamet's career, because Timothy Chalamet is one of the great actors in the world of film right now, and he might go on to be one of the greatest actors of all time. That's how talented and gifted and special Timothy Chalamet is. But then you look at Jeremy Allen White's performance in this film, it is non-transformative at all. The only thing that shocks you and really woes you with his performance in this film is his singing ability, because you didn't know he was a singer going into this film. So besides him woefully blowing you away with his singing, besides that, there's nothing to garnish from his performance here. I was watching this film, and if his character's name wasn't Bruce Springsteen, I was just watching Jeremy Allen White. That's how I felt. Listen, I like Jeremy Allen White. I think he's a pretty good actor. I think he's talented. I didn't watch Shameless. I didn't watch The Bear, but I did see him in Iron Claw, which is one of the most underrated movies of the 2020s. I thought he was great in Iron Claw. But to say he's Oscar worthy here, to say he was great here, would just be flat out wrong. And honestly, to say he was even good here would just be flat out wrong, in my humble opinion. I don't think he's good in this film. The only thing that's good about him is his rendition of Born in the USA. That is a goddamn good rendition of Born in the USA.